Well, just made it back to the trail. Had a wonderful visit from my Aunt Dana. Much thanks to her for everything that she did for us. Got us a hotel and paid for a couple meals of ours. So it was really nice and really enjoyable. I had the best night of sleep I've had on the trail at that hotel. So yeah, morning of day 81, May 31st. And we were about to do what's known as the roller coaster. It's like 12 or 13 ups and downs, steep up and down, and that goes on for about 13 miles, I think. And that's just our plan for today, to knock that out and be done with it. And then after that, pretty flat terrain, hopefully. So we'll see. Finally made it to a new state after 550 miles of Virginia. We're now walking along the West Virginia line for about 20 miles until we get near Harper's Ferry, and then there's only 4 miles of just West Virginia before we get into Pennsylvania. So should be fun, and Pennsylvania's gonna be a lot rockier than this. Looking like it's gonna storm. Well, I tried to get my phone out when it was pouring down rain really hard, but this is the aftermath of it. It was only about 20 minutes, but I'm soaked and we're all soaked. But it really wasn't that bad. It was a nice free shower, and tomorrow when the sun comes out, it'll just dry everything out then. So it's really not that awful when it rains during the summer and you're hiking. Don't have to worry about keeping your things dry so they don't freeze or hypothermia or anything. Right now I'm pretty sure it's still about over low 80s, so it's really not that bad. Very early morning of day 2, and we stayed at the AT Blackburn Center, Trail Center. The center's actually behind that cabin there, but that's a free hiker hostel. It has 4 bunks in it that you can, if you get here first, you can stay in there. And then down here's a pavilion over a table, and there's little camp spots. Like they made flat camp spots like right there and there. Privy, nicest privy we've been in on the whole trail. And they got outlets here. They cooked some chili last night for us for free, but they accept donations and everything. So it's pretty nice. They just live up here too. And if it's raining like it was last night, you could sleep on their wraparound porch. But we didn't. We already had our tent set up, so we got soaked. Big change in terrain right after the roller coaster ends. This is what we've been walking on all morning. Probably the flattest part of the trail we've been in so far, almost. Finally done with Virginia. About time. Well, I can't remember what the bridge is called, but there's a pretty nice view of the river. About a mile or so from Harper's Ferry, the unofficial halfway point. Walking to the ATC, here's a blueberry. There's another one on the tree, and it's going basically straight through town. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. Harper's Ferry. That's where we made it so far.
You make very nice music.
We have all of this.
Here's a 3D map.
So much easier up here.
To go. And end up in Kentucky. just walking down the main street here in Harper's Ferry. It goes all the way up there. Kind of cool. It's all real historic and old. But you can see the mountains over here. There you are. We're walking out of Harper's Ferry now, and it's a pretty cool town for all the history and stuff of this place, but everything was real expensive there, so if anybody's planning on hiking this trail, don't plan to resupply here. We only had to get a couple meals, maybe a day and a half of resupply, and they didn't really have much. There was a little outfitter and then a little town inn store. I don't really know what to call it, but it has a good view here. So at least I ended up staying at the Harper's Ferry hostel though, last minute decision because of the rain. We wanted to get out of it, and there's some people tenting out here, but we're staying underneath the food pavilion here, and I got my bed set up here.
I need a stove because I'm hungry.
And Crystal and Mike got these nice cots, and I had to make my own, but that's okay. And we could have stayed in the hostel or the actual bunkhouse over there for 20 bucks, but we're gonna get a $3 all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast with cupcakes also. So it'll be awesome.